hallway buzzed with students rushing from one class to another, laughter and snippets of conversation floating through the air. You and your best friend strolled leisurely, ignoring the rush around you, deep in a relaxed conversation. So, how did your weekend go? She asked, bumping your shoulder playfully. Did you finally finish the drama you were obsessed with? Yes, I did finally, and let me just say, it was so worth it. The ending was amazing, but I had a whole breakdown over it. Of course you did. Let me guess, you texted me 5 times about it too. More like 15, you admit sheepishly, making both of you burst into laughter. Only you would get so invested in a drama, and here I am watching it just because of your recommendation. You better be right about it being worth my time. Trust me, you are going to love it, and when you do, remember who made it all happen. Jesus sighed dramatically, putting a hand over her heart. Fine, I will admit defeat, if it's really that good. But don't think I won't hold it against you if I cry my eyes out. Deal, you laughed, glancing over to see her amused expression. As you both were still laughing, completely lost in your conversation, when you noticed him, Jungkook striding down the hallway. It was no wonder every girl seemed to have a soft spot for him. All girls are murmuring about his beauty. Wow, I swear, he gets better looking every day I see him. I don't blame you for crushing on him, she teased, elbowing you with a smirk. I guess I have good taste. You joked though your heart fluttered at her words. She had no idea that Jungkook wasn't just some random crush for you, he was your husband. As the two of you continued down the hall, you couldn't help but glance back in Jungkook's direction. He had stopped by his locker, chatting casually with a few friends. Your heart warmed as you thought of the quiet, unspoken moments you shared with him outside these walls. Dinner together at home, late night conversations, the comfort of knowing he was by your side even if no one else knew. Your friend suddenly signed, breaking you out of your thoughts. Well, if you ever get tired of just crushing on him, let me know. I'll be first in line to fight for him. Yeah, don't worry. If anything changes, you will be the first to know. And though it was meant as a joke, the words held a hint of truth. Maybe someday you could share this part of your life with her. But for now, you were happy with the quiet hidden love that only you and Jungkook shared. The bell rang, signaling break time, and you excused yourself to grab some water. As you walked down the hallway, a hand suddenly reached out and pulled you to the locker side. You felt a warm palm cover over your mouth, and before you could react, a familiar voice whispered close to your ear, "It's me." Seriously, you nearly gave me a heart attack. Sorry, I couldn't resist. You looked too cute walking around, all serious and lost in thought. You rolled your eyes but couldn't hide your smile. Well, you don't have to sneak up on me. What if someone had seen us? Jungkook shuddered, crossing his arms as he leaned back against the wall, his gaze softening as he looked at you. I missed you. You know how hard it is not to be able to talk to you properly here, pretending to be just strangers. Your heart melted a bit at that. I know it's tough, but we agreed, remember? We both wanted to avoid unnecessary gossip and drama, and you know how people here can be. Yeah, I remember. I agreed because it was important to you, but sometimes I just want to tell everyone, let them know that you are mine and no one else. I hate having to hide it. I hate pretending you are just some classmate. You sang, reaching out to hold his hand, your fingers intertwining naturally. I hate it too, but maybe someday we won't have to hide anymore. Jungkook lifted your hand to his lips, brushing a gentle kiss over your knuckles. I will hold you to that because one day I want to walk through that hallway, holding your hand and not care who sees it. His words made your cheeks warm. You know, I was thinking about telling my best friend, not about everything, but just that we are together. He raised an eyebrow, genuinely interested. Really? I don't think you would want to share that yet. I trust her. I feel bad keeping this from her, especially since she thinks you are just my crush. I feel like I'm lying to her. Jungkook nodded thoughtfully, giving your hand a reassuring squeeze. I get it. I think it could be good for you to tell her, but only if you are ready. Thank you. I think I might tell her soon, but let's keep it between us a little longer, okay? As long as I get to steal moments like this with you, I can wait as long as you need. The world around you faded, and for a moment it was just the two of you hidden away from everyone else. You sang, feeling warmth and comfort in his presence, and whispered back, "Thank you, Jungkook, for always being there for me." He smiled, brushing a lock of hair from your face. Always. She was busy scrolling through her phone, munching on some fries, completely unaware of the storm brewing within you. Finally, you took a deep breath and cleared your throat. Hey Jisoo, there is something I need to tell you. She looked up, raising an eyebrow. Oh, sounds serious. Are you finally going to talk about your secret crush on Jungkook? You chuckled nervously, realizing that this was probably going to come as a huge surprise. Actually, yeah, but it's a little more complicated than just a crush. More complicated? What? Are you seriously dating him or something? She laughed, clearly thinking it was a joke. You took a deep breath and leaned in, lowering your voice. Actually, I'm not dating him, but I'm married to him. Wait, hold up. Married to Jungkook? Like actual marriage? With paperwork and everything? Yeah, an arranged marriage, actually. Our parents, well, they thought it would be a good match, and we both agreed to it. She blinked, still trying to observe everything. This isn't some kind of prank, right? I mean, you're telling me that you and Jungkook, the campus heartthrob who barely talks to anyone, are actually married? I know it sounds crazy, but yes, we are married. We decided to keep it a secret so things wouldn't get weird here. I didn't want the gossip, and I didn't want people to start looking at me differently. She sat back, crossing her arms and shaking her head in disbelief. This is wow. I mean, it's insane. How long have you been hiding this from me? Since the beginning. I didn't know how to tell you. It's not exactly something you just drop into a conversation, you know. I mean, I get it. I don't know how I would react if I suddenly found my best friend was married to the Jungkook. But wow, okay, so tell me everything. How did this even happen? Well, it started with our parents. They had been friends for years, and one day they just brought up the idea to both of us. We were a bit skeptical at first, but we actually got along really well. He respects my decision and I respect his. It just felt right. Jisoo raised an eyebrow, smirking. And here I thought he was this untouchable bad boy with no interest in relationships. Turns out he is secretly marrying to my best friend. Did he agree to keep it a secret because you asked? Yeah, he know how much I wanted to keep things low key, and he's been really understanding about it. So, when I was teasing you about him, you were secretly married and just letting me go on and on like an idiot? Pretty much, you admitted laughing. Trust me, it was hard to keep a straight face. I can't believe you kept this hidden for so long, but I'm glad you told me. He laughed, giving her hand a grateful squeeze. Thanks for understanding. As you and Jisoo continued your conversation, her gaze suddenly shifted and she nudged you. Wyan, look over there. A girl stood beside Jungkook, twiddling a strand of her hair, her body language screaming flirty. Should we go and, see what's happening? I mean, she's getting all up in your husband's face. You hesitated, but curiosity got the best of you and you nodded. Jungkook, why don't you and I go out tonight? Just the two of us. We could have some fun. Jisoo nudged you, raising an eyebrow. She is bold, but your husband doesn't look interested. You watched closely, noting the way Jungkook barely even glanced at the girl. He took another sip, his expression unreadable, his attention seemingly more on his drink than her. Finally, he looked at her, his voice calm and cool. Not interested, he said simply, making it clear that her offer didn't tempt him in the slightest. Look at him. He's not interested. He's completely ignoring her. Your husband is a loyal one. Oh, come on. Don't be like that. We would have a great time together, she said, holding his arms. What exactly do you think you are doing? He's my husband. Wait, what? She let out a small laugh, folding her arms. How am I supposed to believe that? This has to be a joke. Before you could respond, Jungkook, still seated, looked up at you with an unreadable expression. After a bit, he stood, sliding an arm around your waist, pulling you close to him, so close you could feel his warmth. Is this enough? He said, his voice low but confident, his gaze fixed on the girl. The entire cafeteria fell silent, every eye in the room on you two. Whispers began to ripple through the crowd as people pieced together what had just been said. The girl's expression shifted from shock to embarrassment as she stumbled for words. I didn't know, I thought. You thought wrong, Jungkook replied calmly, his arm still holding you protectively. Looking frustrated and humiliated, the girl mumbled something under her breath before turning on her heel and hurrying away. As she left, the murmurs in the cafeteria grew louder, everyone buzzing about the revelation they had just witnessed. You disappeared briefly into the kitchen, returning with a glass of water which you handed to him with a soft smile. He took a sip, then looked up at you with a glint in his eyes. Before you could even guess his intentions, he reached out, pulling you onto his lap. Surprised, you let out a soft laugh, instinctively wrapping your arms around his neck. Your fingers tracing gentle patterns along his shoulder. Did I do the wrong thing by telling everyone? I couldn't stop myself, but I don't know. I felt hurt and so angry when she was talking to you like that, touching you. You looked down, unsure if you had acted out of turn, but Jungkook chuckled. Wrong thing? He echoed, his arms tightening around your waist. YN, I don't mind it at all. Actually, I was thrilled. You raised your head, meeting his gaze, your brows knitting in surprise. Really? Do you know how hard it's been for me to keep my hands off you in public, to act like you are just someone I see around? You finally saying it out loud felt like a huge weight was lifted. So, you're happy it's out in the open? More than happy, he said softly, brushing a stray hair from your face. I finally get to be your husband, actually your husband, without keeping it a secret. We can talk as a real couple now. I can look at you however I want, hold you whenever I feel like it, and maybe even make the rest of the world jealous of how lucky I am. You felt a blush rise to your cheeks. I'm glad too. I was so worried you would be mad or think I acted too impulsively. I didn't want to cause any trouble. Jungkook shook his head, leaning closer so his forehead gently touched yours. I'm proud of you, Anne, and I'm grateful that you had stand up like that. If anything, it shows me just how much I mean to you. You smiled, feeling his words settle in your heart. Then from now on, no more secrets. He nodded, his hand softly rubbing your back. No more secrets and no more holding back. You are my wife and everyone is going to know it.